Hi everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? I am so happy to be with you today. I love these live premieres and I am so grateful that you have joined. If you are watching on the replay, please let me know that you're watching on the replay. I would love to say hi to you back. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That super helps me get my videos to more people, and it's a great way that you could support my channel, and I appreciate everybody who does that, so thank you. And let's go ahead and get into the announcements so that I can make this really beautiful, fun card for you guys. All right. Tomorrow is the very last day that you can sign up for World Card Making Day, but World Card Making Day is going to be on Saturday the 5th from 2 to 3 p.m. Mountain Time in the United States. It is just a fun time to be around people that like to do what you like to do, and Stampin' Up! Will be creating a few simple projects with us, and literally virtually for an hour we're going to get to see some fun, cool things. You can go to stampinup.com and you can register there. You're just going to look for the banner that says World Card Making Day, click on it, and go ahead and register. It is a free event. All right. Oh, I forgot to tell you, and everybody who registers will get a free gift. So that's pretty awesome. If you have not joined my Inky Hands crew, I would absolutely love it if you did. It's just a great way to support me and to support my channel and my business and everything that I do. I bring you 2 live videos every single week. And I also have this membership. So if you want additional video tutorials, this is the way to get them. You can get 2 additional video tutorials every single week, and they're always with the same stamp set or bundle that I'm using for the week. This week we're using Quiet Reflection, and yeah, pretty excited to show you today's card, but let's get through all this stuff first. The reason that I like to do announcements is because I didn't used to, and people were like, hey, I don't know what's going on, what's on sale, what's happening, so I try and let you guys know what that is. And Inky Hands Crew is a group that is either hobby demonstrators or they're from another country and they use my ideas and they would like to support my business. It's $7.99 a month. And for that price, you're going to get 2 exclusive video tutorials sent to you every Friday in your inbox. Don't forget, if you do sign up for my Inky Hands Crew membership, you need to be subscribed to my newsletter. It's super important that you're subscribed to my newsletter, because if you're not, I cannot send you those video tutorials every Friday. So make sure that you subscribe to my newsletter. So you're going to go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com. And let me show you how to do it. Actually, it'll be easier if I show you how to do it, because on the phone, when you go to Inky Hands Warm Hearts, you are going to click here and you're going to go to memberships. And on the membership page, it tells you all this information about the membership. But it also tells you that you can join the membership for basically $2 a week and all of that. It also states that if you want to receive your projects, you need to be registered for my newsletter. So once you're, in this little area, you want to get your weekly newsletter sent to you with your video tutorials. So what you want to do is you want to go back to the top, all right, and you're going to go to blog. When you go to blog, the latest stuff is in my blog, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and it says email newsletter. That's what you have to fill out in order to get, when you've joined the crew, in order to get it. If you have already subscribed, it's going to tell you can't subscribe again. But once you do subscribe, the most important thing is you're going to get an email sent to your inbox. And it's going to say, are you for sure that you want this newsletter? And the reason that is so that some random person can't just put your email address in at my website and then you start getting something that you're like, what's going on here? I don't know why I'm getting this. So it's just a fail-safe. So sometimes you have to look in your junk for that. So make sure that you have said, yes, I want the Inky Hands Warm Hearts newsletter. And then once you're subscribed to my Inky Hands Warm Hearts newsletter, the cruise emails come that way. So just be sure that you're subscribed here. And while I'm here, if you scroll down a little bit more, well, actually, I don't know where it is now, but it should be somewhere on here. Oh, there it is. That's another place that you can subscribe to my newsletter. Oh, goodness. So you can also do that. But for blog updates, underneath my photo here, you're going to see blog updates, and you're going to click there and you put in your email address, and you will get updates of when I post a new blog post, so that you could always see my new projects when I publish those. So that's just a way for you to know what to do if you join the crew. All right, Card Fiesta on Saturday, actually this Saturday from 12:30 until 3:30, we will be eating at a Mexican restaurant called El Azteca and making cards. So I do it every other Saturday. So the next one after this Saturday will be on the 19th. I would love to have you. And yeah, so hopefully you can join if you're ever in the Virginia Beach area. And you send me an email, I'll let you know when my next one is. And if you're here, I would love to have you join. A lot of people do come to this area and vacation, and if they are followers of mine, they'll come to my class. So I've met people, and it's really amazing. Sherry is one of those people, and her mom, they come, and I love spending time with them and hanging out with them at my class. All right, so that's it for Card Fiesta. Exciting news. Starting Tuesday, it started. We have a starter kit special. That means that you can get $155 worth of Stampin' Up! Products for $99. And when you sign up to be a demonstrator, you just have to do it before the 31st of October. And you will get basically $56 extra worth of products. You will also get free shipping on those products. And you will also get free business supplies and not to mention all the fun that comes with being part of our fantastic crafting community. I mean, there's no better time to join than right now. You get an extra $30. It's normally $125. So you're going to get an extra $30 this month. And I would love to have you on my team. And what does that mean? When you're on my team, you get a free tutorial every month, my monthly tutorial that I send out for $50 or more in sales. You get that automatically. You get a Zoom gathering every month where we do fun things. We do swaps. We just started doing like holiday, like Secret Santa type things. We're doing one for Halloween, and we will probably do one for Thanksgiving and one for Christmas. It's just a lot of fun. And then these mystery stampings that we do are super fun, and that's also part of my team meetings. We swap cards. And then of course I always let you know when you can pre-order. As a demonstrator, you get to order a month before everybody else has access to those catalogs, so you get to order your stuff early. That probably is one of the best perks of being a demonstrator, is not having to worry that something's going to sell out. It's going to be able to be purchased before anybody else gets it. You get to get your hands on things early, and you do not have to sell anything to be a demonstrator. All you have to do, I know the name is kind of confusing, right? But you do not have to demonstrate. You could, as long as you're spending $80 a month, then you would be able to maintain your demonstratorship. So yeah, anyway, thanks for hanging out and talking about this, because it's one of my favorite things is having new team members. So if you are curious, if you just want to know information, I'm not going to push you into anything you don't want to do, but I would love to talk with you about it. If you even are thinking, I wonder, I'd like to know more about that, just reach out to me and I would love to have you on my team. All right, so paper pumpkin. That is a really, really fun way of getting a surprise at your door every single month. So it is a kit that comes, that is a surprise. And the October kit, you have until the 10th, which is Thursday next week. So one more week. And you'll have until that day to sign up. And if you're a brand new subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, you can get 40% off this month, only through the 10th of October for this kit. So I would love to have you join. You would go to my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com. You're going to click on, in the menu, shop, and under shop there's a section that says Paper Pumpkin. So you're going to click on that. And all you need to do is sign up. And once you're signed up, you will put in a code that is holiday40, and you will get this kit for 40% off so that you can try it out. I mean, it really is such a good deal. It's $25 a month normally. And so you would get that at a 40% discount. So that's going to save you $10. So for $15, you can start with your first kit. All right. The Merry Tags and More is an add-on. So every quarter we come out with a die set that's an add-on for Paper Pumpkin. It is something that works with the stamp set that we get in our Paper Pumpkin, because there's a free stamp set in that every month. We also get a free spot, which is a 1" by 1" little block. They're amazing little mini stamp sets, and you can start getting a little collection of different stamp inks. And these coordinate. So each die is for a different month. So the October Paper Pumpkin, the Merry word will go with that stamp set. And the November is this nice tag will go with the stamp set that's in that kit. And the December will get this little fern leaf that's part of that kit. So I think it's really fun to always add on these dies. So check that out. You can get those in my online store, but in order to purchase them, you have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So if you're a first timer, you could sign up for your kit, get your 40% discount, and then you could go to my online store and grab the add-on. All right, so let's talk about kit collection. It's one of my most favorite things because kits are like Paper Pumpkin, but you get to see what's in the box. You get to know what you're making, right? So once you're doing Paper Pumpkin, kits are a great addition to continue to stamp. And our kits are up to 30% off for the month of October. We're having a sale on our kits collection. So go in there, find some kits, get some deals, and have some fun. These are just a sampling of some of the kits we have available. Speaking of kits, September 4th, we got our newest kit. I don't have the October kit printout yet, but as soon as I have it, I'll be showing it to you. So probably on Tuesday, you'll be able to get that when I do my Tuesday live. But the September, we have this Christmas ornament kit, which is super pretty. 9 ornaments for $25. They're a great addition if you're going to wrap somebody's present to add an ornament, put the date on the back, and people will love that they have this ornament on their tree that they got from you on their present, right? We also have a card keeper kit. If you're interested in this, let me know in the comments. I'm thinking of turning this into a class where we're going to take this kit, we're going to revamp the cards, make them cooler, and I think it's going to be a great idea. So let me know if you are interested in a card keeper kit class, and I'll put one together for you guys. All right, so speaking of class, I had the cutoff for my Stamp Camp Reindeer Fun, and that cutoff was Monday. But I did cut 2 extra kits. So if you're interested, the Stamp Camp doesn't officially start until the 18th and 19th of October. So with those 2 kits that are extra, if you just let me know in the chat that you want one, or if you send me an email at Kelly, Kelli, at inkyhandswarmhearts.com, you can let me know that you want to come to Stamp Camp, and I would be happy to add you. It is a really, really fun thing, and I would love to have you join us. So let me know. I have 2 kits extra that I always cut extra because I always end up selling the extra kits. All right, speaking of my design team that's part of my Stamp Camp, the design team that I'm on is called Creativity Abounds. We do a tutorial bundle every month. This is one of our tutorial bundles that was a fun fold, and we have 2 fun folds. So volume 1 and volume 2, we have masculine cards, we have anything but a card, which is like 3-dimensional. We have Christmas in July, so if you want to get a jump on your Christmas cards, that's a really good tutorial to purchase, and you can start making some Christmas cards with those. And if you know me at all, you know how much I love Halloween. I did 28 days of Halloween this year, and my Inky Hands crew got all 28 days. Regular subscribers to my channel got my 2 live videos every single week of Halloween projects, so you guys got 8. And the members got 20 extra projects. So it's definitely pays to be part of my Inky Hands crew because I spoil them rotten. So, but yeah, so if you watched any of those videos and you wanted my paper piecing patterns, you can purchase those in my online store. This is, just a little advertisement for that, so check that out. And then my Halloween Projects 2023 from last year is available, and as well as my 2022. So I think that's enough announcements, guys. What do you think? That was quite a mouthful. A lot is happening in October, and I don't want you to miss out on anything. So I'm always going to keep you apprised and let you know what's going on. If you don't know, we have a mini catalog that started last month, and it goes through the end of December. If you'd like one of these and you don't have a demonstrator and have never received a mini catalog, let me know. I would love to send one to you, as well as our annual catalog, which goes through the end of April. So I think the end of April. I might be wrong. It might be the 1st of April. Oh yeah, the end of April. So let me know if you need any of these, and I would be happy to let you send those to you in the mail and have you be one of my new customers. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's show our card today, which of course you guys all saw a sneak peek of, because I always give you a sneak peek, which is actually the card itself in my thumbnail. So this is the card we're making today, and I am going to teach you how to put this together. So I'm really excited. We're using Quiet Reflection, which is a sympathy stamp set, and I actually made this card into a thank you card. So you don't have to just do sympathy. You can turn it in with other sentiments besides. But this is a gorgeous stamp set. It has a nice woods image and then a little set of trees. So it works really good for masculine stamp sets or just for people who love the outdoors. This is a great stamp set. And so today I'm bringing you this card, which is an outdoor scene, and it looks like you're looking through a window. So I call it my faux window thank you card. So yeah, and it has the wreath. So really exciting. I'm going to show you how to put this all together. So we're going to use, our sentiments are coming from Something Fancy. It's one of my favorite stamp sets for sentiments. We are going to be using the Timber 3D embossing folder. That's how I got this gorgeous wood grain on our card in the background here. We are going to be using Encircled in Nature dies. I did a whole week of Encircled in Nature, as well as the crew got extra cards with it. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have this die set. So I'm going to be using that for our wreaths. Okay, and then I also wanted to use a stitched circle for the inside, and I'll show you. It says thank you, and then this is also one of the dies from the Encircled in Nature dies. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you how to put this fun card together. All right, let's put that up here. I'm going to move all of this stuff out of the way and put it here in my basket that I keep next to me. All right, so we are going to start with a piece of 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm using crumb cake. When you see the score line and it's raised like that, that's the side you want to fold, not the indented side. So always put the raised side up and turn on that raised side. That way your cardstock will not crack. It's a little tip from me to you. All right, so we are using our crumb cake for our base. Then I have a piece of 4-inch by, I'm trying to think of what it is, 4-inch by 5 1/4 of crumb cake as well. And I have cut a circle out of it. It's actually not a circle. It's from the Encircled in Nature stamp set, so I'm going to show you. I mean, not stamp set, dies. So it's this wreath right here. So I took the inner part of the wreath and I laid it onto my piece of crumb cake cardstock and I cranked it through my die cut machine. And that gave me this circle, which I then pulled out, and I'm going to use it for a scrap for some kind of die cut piece that I need to cut out. Or, you know, you could always use it for this thank you that you need. So then you would cut your next die out of this piece and stamp your word thank you on there, right? So save this because it's always beneficial. Then I took this and I ran it through my embossing folder, which means I put it inside and then I cranked it through. And you can see this beautiful wood grain that is on the edge. Okay, now one of the cool things about embossing folders is, yes, it's a very subtle look. It looks pretty awesome actually, but I wanted it to stand out a little bit. You can see the difference in these two grains. Okay, so we are going to add a little bit of I can't even think what I want to say, but we're going to add a little bit of white pigment ink. And a while back I did a project where I watered down some pigment ink and put it on a block, and I never cleaned my block, but pigment ink is so cool that look how long it takes to dry. So I'm actually going to take a dauber and I'm going to pick up this pigment ink. Okay, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to tap it on my wood grain, and I'm really going to bring out that grain out of this piece of crumb cake. And crumb cake and white to me are magical. I just think they're pretty awesome and I like to use it. So you can either sponge or brush like this your white onto your background. Okay, so you can either tap or brush it, and when you need more, just come back over to your little block. I like to use the re-inker, so you can put a drop on there, or you can just use the ink pad, and it's already wet, so you can just dip your dauber into your ink pad. Like I said, I'm trying to use up what I've already done. I do a lot of different techniques, and so I do have stuff lying around. You may not, so you can choose to maybe use the stamp set route. But that's why I use that. And so now I have transformed this wood piece, and it now has that beautiful whitewash over the top. Okay, so that's all we did there. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and as you can see, I still have plenty on here to use. I could make 50 cards with that. I'm only kidding. I don't know how many I can make. So next what we're going to do is I am going to flip this over. As you can see, I tried out this stamp in many different colors to see what I liked. And so we're using this as my scrap. I'm just going to lay that to the side. And I have a piece of cardstock that is 3 3/3 by 3 3/4. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my blending brush, and I'm going to ink that up with petal pink ink. So I'm going to grab my ink pad, I'm going to pick up some ink, and I'm just going to add that across this 3 3/4 inch by 3 3/4 inch piece of basic white cardstock. And when I first start, I'm just haphazardly, as you can see, just going around, but you see I'm moving in a circular motion. That's super important. All right, so you always want to move in a circular motion. So you're going to pick up some more. And the most important part is the center, not really the edges, because they're going to be covered and hidden, I promise. So you just want to work and get a nice uniform background of this ink where the center is, because that's where we're going to stamp our stamp. And it's kind of oval-ish, okay? This is what it looks like. So see how it's going to be in the center, and you're not going to have all the edges. So it doesn't matter if you get all the edges super perfect. The most important thing is that you have this color layered really nicely in the center of your cardstock. Okay, so I'm just coming through here, and I'm just going to even this out. And if you say, I'm not really good at blending with ink, you have no patience. You have to be patient. It's a slow process, but it is worth the effort, okay? It's really beautiful. Just give it a chance. And you're just going to go ahead, and this is going to be the last time I'm dipping in. I'm just going to smooth out what's already on there. And like I said, I really just want it in the middle, so I'm very happy with my coverage, okay? I'm not worried about this corner because I'm not coating the entire piece. All right, so you see it peeks out there and it peeks out there, and there's reflection in the water, okay? So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take our stamp. All right, and we are gonna ink our stamp, it's clean, in Pool Party, okay? So I'm just gonna ink up the whole stamp in Pool Party. All right, and the top, I'm gonna ink in Lost Lagoon, okay? And the top is not this bottom part that's muddied, it's the part with the sparse trees. So it's this part here, okay? So we're just gonna ink that up, and we're gonna work our way down until we get to the part where it's quite a bit, see, of color. Now, because we started with Pool Party, it works perfectly fine, okay? This Lost Lagoon is the same shade, just a tiny bit darker. So putting that lighter color there is really not a problem. And so now we're gonna go ahead and stamp in the center of this piece, okay? So I just wanna make sure I'm in camera. So I'm just gonna come here and position my trees kind of sort of right there in the middle. And I'm just gonna let it sit and soak into my paper. I'm not gonna wiggle the stamp, I'm just holding even pressure. And then I like to just give a little bit of a push on top of my stamp and really make sure that my ink saturates. So there is my image. So you can see the Pool Party is on the bottom and the Lost Lagoon is on the top. It's too hard to try and get Pool Party even and then Lost Lagoon, so just do the whole thing, and then when you put your Lost Lagoon over the top, it takes over the Pool Party. It works out actually quite perfect. So let's go ahead and clean our stamp. All right. So now I'm going to figure out where I want this to go on my card base, because this is going to get glued down flat to my card base. So what I want to do is I want to use this piece and I want to lay it even how I'm going to glue it in place. You see how that's too high? So then I'm going to flip this upward and I'm just going to slide this down until I get it, whoops, where I want it centered in my circle, okay? And of course you want it to be straight. So just make sure it's straight and that it's centered. I'm quite happy with that. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty amazing, actually. So I'm gonna hold on to that part. I'm gonna lift this part out, hold on again, and we're gonna get rid of that. Okay, we're gonna take a pencil and we're gonna mark our corners, and no one's gonna care. We don't have to erase this pencil mark because it's not gonna show. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. I have my pencil marks, and I'm gonna grab my silicone mat and I'm gonna put adhesive on the back of my 3 3/4 inch basic white cardstock that I have blended and stamped on. And we're gonna line up all of those corners. I'm gonna place them back where they were, okay? And I am quite pleased with that, okay? So see, it looks crooked on there, but it doesn't matter. This is what we wanted straight. And so now we are going to attach this on top. Now, trust me, just trust me, we're gonna use a lot of dimensionals, but whenever you have a hole cut out, it's super important that you have plenty of support around that hole, okay? So I'm gonna start with mini dimensionals, and I'm gonna work my way about every inch. I'm gonna put another one. And while this may seem excessive, when you have an open window, I'm telling you, you're gonna have sagging if you don't do what I tell you, and you're gonna be sad. So don't do it, just listen to me. Even if you're not an over dimensionalizer like I am, you like my new word? Still do this part. It's super important that all the way around this big opening, you have nice support, okay? I'm gonna move this one over slightly, there you go. All right, so that's the most important part, okay? Then you're gonna take your big guys and you're gonna fill them in. And again, you want support everywhere. You're not gonna leave this because this is gonna bow. And I like to put 4 on each long side and 3 down each short side of my cardstock whenever I'm doing this kind of thing, or any kind of thing, even if it was a solid card. So this is what I would do. But I need a little extra here because that hole causes a problem. So I know it's a lot of dimensionals, but just trust me, you need it. I would not put it if you did not need it. All right, so that's it for my minis and my regular size dimensionals. All right, hang on. I need a sip of some coffee. I got a nice coffee, and sometimes you just need a little sip of that, right? So we're gonna grab our take your pick tool, and we are gonna take these big guys off first. And always hold where you're pulling with your dimensional backings. When you're trying to pull them off, you wanna hold on. All right, and when your little take your pick tool is saturated, you just have to push them off into the trash. I'm almost all the way around, one more. And now we're gonna work on the minis. So we're gonna stab and lift, stab and lift, stab and lift, stab and lift, like that. It's kind of a flick of the wrist for those of you that try and figure out how to do it. It's not a straight down motion, it's angled. You see how my take your pick tool is angled? It needs to be angled to work properly. All right, I think I got them all. Oh no, one more. One more, come on. All right, I'm gonna do that one by hand. All right, now they are all off. And so now we're going to attach this piece over the top. And I'm gonna hold it this way, but then I will show you. I just wanna make sure that I get it even before I put it down. And then once I have it down, I will show you what it looks like. So we're just going to, I never push until I'm 100% certain. So I'm just gonna let it hover and sit. I'm happy with that, okay? And then we're gonna push. All right, and there is our dimensionals on the back. Okay, so now they're nice and attached under here. Now, time for our wreath. So as you can see in this Encircled in Nature, you have this really beautiful die, and it cuts these gorgeous wreath pieces, okay? So I have cut 2 of them. I have cut 1 in crumb cake, okay, and 1 in basic white. And so I'm just gonna separate it from the inside. I always save these because, in my opinion, you can cut a circle out of it, right? Just like this one, look, perfect. So I always save these. I usually throw away these like extra hangers on there, but the rest I will save. If you don't want to save it, don't save it. I'm gonna move this out of the way for a second. I'm gonna punch out any extra little pieces that may be in our wreath. All right, that one looks good. And I think I saw a tiny piece in this one. Yeah, right here. All right. So we're good to go. I'm gonna throw those white pieces away. And we're gonna start with the white wreath first, okay? So I'm gonna grab my silicone mat here, and I'm gonna use my wet adhesive, and I'm just gonna run down the center. I'm not putting it on any of the branches, just the main round center of my wreath. All right, that's it. Put a little wet glue, okay? And then you're gonna take your tweezers and grab onto that. Move this out of the way. And you're gonna position your wreath however you want it to look, however you want it to be placed, okay? But the key is, remember, you put your glue on that main piece, so you want all of that to be glued down, okay? So that's that main edge. So don't have it come over this card, because then you're wasting that piece, okay? So there's that. Now see how that fills in really beautifully? I love it. Love it. Okay. So now comes our next piece. So we're going to figure out how we want this one to lay on top, but we're going to do the same thing. So back comes this. And same place. You'll just be able to see it better this time, because it's not on white. Just around that outer edge. Trust me, it's enough glue. It's not going to fall off your card, okay? So now we're going to add this one over the top of this one. And you don't want it to lay identical. You want it to rotate it around so that you can see those pops of white around that crumb cake, okay? And then you're going to press again all the way around just that little ring, like that. And there is your opening. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Oh, I love it. Okay. So exciting, guys. So I have stamped with my stamp set in crumb cake ink, and this is from Something Fancy, and it says, grateful for the everyday magic of you. I love that about friends, and I'm always so grateful for them. I like to send a lot of friend cards, so I'm going to trim this down. I'm actually going to take my baby trimmer, and if you need one of these, I don't have the Stampin' Up version available because Stampin' Up doesn't sell these, but you definitely want a straight edge, and a mini guillotine is fantastic. So I'm going to start on this edge with my snips, and I'm going to angle cut down like that, okay? And that's it for this sentiment. So I'm going to throw that away. All right, and then for the inside, we're going to do a little ink blending and have some fun with this die right here, which is the little tree, the trees die from the Encircled in Nature. I figured if we're using it for the wreath, we might as well put some trees inside and bring the outside of the card inside, right? I think that's oh goodness, I got it caught on something. I think that's a pretty awesome idea, so let's do it. All right, so let's slide this in. There we go. I'm gonna close that. All right, so we have this piece, which we're gonna glue next. And I'm gonna add this down here at the bottom, right at the edge here. Beautiful. Love that. What do you guys think? All right, now for the inside. We have a piece of basic white cardstock. I'm gonna bring in that scrap piece again. I gotta find it, here it is. All right, and we are going to add this die right here. So we want our ink blending to be on the triangle like this, okay? So we're gonna grab here, gonna move this, and I'm just gonna slowly and lightly add color to, like I said, the triangle of this card. I just wanna add a little bit of color right behind those trees. I'm not even going to re-ink again. I'm just circular motion and adding that to tie it in. And I've used Lost Lagoon for the color for my tree line. So that's it for the ink blending. So we're gonna grab this. Let's close this before I stick my hand in there by accident, because I'm good at that. All right, and we're going to grab our wet adhesive. And this is how I like to glue these trees. I like to go down the whole trunk, right, all the way up to the tip. And then I just go along those little dashes, and if you don't get all of them, it's okay, because for the most part it's going to be held in place if you did the point all the way to the tip, so don't stress. And a light hand of glue is always best. Okay, so we're going to add this to the corner, and you can see I'm not putting this point down because they're so fine that they sometimes will get bent, so just make sure they're straight before you press them down into place. And now we're gonna go ahead and add our adhesive to the back. And we're gonna place this on the inside. And I really wanted to carry that crumb cake outside and that circle theme to the inside. You know, the wreath was the circle, so I'm going to put my thank you. I stamped it in Lost Lagoon on a piece of crumb cake. And it is, I think, the third, let's look. Yes, the third smallest circle from Stylish Shapes. So we're going to add that, and then some embellishments on the outside, which is always fun. And I'm going to use my sequins. I love these sequins. I have a new pack I ordered because I'm almost out of my pretty peacock ones, but I don't want that color. It's too bold for this. So the pink and white and peacock are here, but some of these pinks have more orange in them than others. You can see it when you look at them. So I'm going to grab the orangey ones, so to tie in with the peach tone. All right, and so I'm going to find those first. So we're going to put one here. And it's okay if some pink shows, but I'm going to put another one here on the reflection of the water. And I'm going to try and find a mini one, if I can find a mini one, this one. And we're going to add right there. And there is a more orangey. You can see how they're more peachy than pink. And I love them. So there is our card. I love the whitewash on the wood. I think that's super beautiful. These embellishments are available. They're called Adhesive Back Sequence Trio. They come in pink, pretty peacock, and then this opaly white. So pretty. If you don't have them, toss them in your cart. And if not, use any embellishments you want if you don't want those. I'm sure you guys have a plethora of embellishments because Stampin' Up! Certainly comes out with multiples constantly, right? So we never run out of embellishments, which, by the way, guys, I love. But sometimes you have to say, hey, I can't buy every embellishment, and I got to use up what I have, which is perfectly okay. So we're going to use Stylish Shapes and Encircled in Nature. We also use this Timber 3D embossing folder. So let me do that. And this right here with these guys. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed this fun card, and I will see you next time. If you missed Tuesday's live, I always link it at the end of my videos right up here. If you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, and if you haven't never subscribed, subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notifications of when I post new videos. I appreciate having you on my channel, and thanks for supporting me by watching my video, share my video, save my video, and I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!